Happy Sunday. We are 2 hours, a little more than 2 hours from NFL Week 3. Sunday kickoff. A little rough this morning. A little rough. Last night was long, gentlemen. Your bad influence is on me. What can I say? Wearing the hat so I can do what I want. So, start-sit questions, whatever you want. I am going to wait a little bit and let my minions
Yeah, well, I saw you standing over here alone. I wanted to invite you over to our table.
Oh, I won't be going anywhere with you, Tim.
Okay, why?
Don't you play coy with me, you little bitch. I'm gonna stay right here, and I'm gonna wait for my minions to swarm me. And swarm they will, Tim. But alone you'll be. Such sad little games we play. Right, Tim?
Right. Same old Dennis Reynolds. You look good, Nick.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Seems like a nice guy.
He's not. Go away from me.
Alrighty. Kappa, Blake, TB. I know you guys are in here. Whoever wants to do me a favor, and since I'm doing this, check Roto World every 5 minutes whenever something happens, like if Ibuka gets ruled out or Tucker Kraft is playing, something like that. Just let the chat know so I can know, so I don't have to be on my phone. Ibuka's a little scary right now because I said that they're going to monitor him based on how he feels. So that's a little risky, a little too risky for me. I'm going to play him in most spots, but JSN doesn't play till 3:25, so we're not going to know. Thank you, Blake. What a guy. Thanks for the message in the Discord as well. You did miss a show last night, but yeah, what the hell, dude? What the hell? I'm on here 3 hours a day. You can't be on here for all 3 hours. Like, you're getting downgraded, Blake. Kidding, of course, bro. Kidding, of course. It was super late. I didn't get home till like after I thought, so it didn't even start till after 1 o'clock. Hey, progress. So I did not do 3 hours last night. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm proud of myself. I said no to that last beer. I think I still had one more in the cooler here. Do I? Caps, you saying that the bets looks great, the format looked great, all the above. I'm loving the 6 bets right now. I can go through and put them up here for some of the people that might have missed. So here they are. First one, Marv, 46.5. That's gone up to 50. I still love it at 50. Trevor Lawrence, seeing as I am the quarterback rushing yards guru. Love that one. I love the alternate lines on that one a lot. Calvin Ridley over 49.5 yards. Drake London over 64.5 yards. Calvin Ridley's gone up to 52. Still love that one. Nico 68.5 yards. I think that's at 71. The problem with Lad is Lad 54.5. That has gone up to 64.5, fellas. The wacky. Well, thanks. Blake, you would like European soccer. Oh man. That's one of the nice things about liking European shit is that you get sports 24/7, you know? It's like almost as good as being a fan of ESPN the Ocho, because then you get all the good stuff, right? Ping pong. Here's the thing. ESPN the Ocho is actually real. So we all made fun of that in dodgeball. It's actually a real thing. I do have if you guys missed a show last night, I think I love this one. Travion Henderson is 200-1 to have the most rushing yards today, just for Sunday. 200-1. He's a big play threat, and like I think the outside chance that Stevenson like fumbles or gets hurt, that alone is worth the bet because all he needs to do is pop off. Yeah, the food alone's worth the trip. All you got to do is pop off an 80-yarder. I know that seems like no, I'm not saying start Travion over JCM today. I'm saying 200-1 for Travion Henderson to lead the Sunday rushers in rushing yards. Is unreal. And then if you want to go a little safer, there's a lot of good alternate lines. His like rushing and receiving, like 70 plus rushing and receiving for him is like 2.5-1 plus 250. We have 100 plus all-purpose yards is like 8-1. Something I read it all last night. It was unreal. I fucking like sprinkled all that shit. Irving says Pickens or Brees full PPR. It's Pickens. It's Pickens. If it was half PPR, I'd probably go Brees. But with the news of Jalen Johnson being out, like the Bears secondary is awful. even with Jalen Johnson. Now you're missing the best corner. That's fucking wheels up there for pretty much all Cowboys pass catchers. Hey, Junk, how you doing? What's your concern on Buka? I mean, what are your other options, dude? Because I'm starting him. I have him in 5 or 6 leagues, and I think I'm waiting to hear back from Story on our combined team. We have Ibuka, and I think we have Chris Olave on the bench. I think I'm going to advise him or see what he thinks. I think we're going to go Olave over Ibuka. Like, that's the line for me. There's Andre. What's up, man? 100 on Bijan, 80 plus. Is that even odds? 80 rushing yards, right? That's probably even. That's probably what his line is, roughly. Yeah, it's a great matchup. Again, one of my bets is Drake London, so but Bijan's a fucking monster. Yeah, I get the fact that Raiders defense hasn't given up much. I don't think they're great, though. Outside of Max Crosby, they're just very, very regular. Again, I lowered those in here. I lowered the standard for the free bet. 30 likes, 30 subs in this video. It's hard to hit. This isn't going to be that long of a one. Less than an hour, but Junk says I have Metcalf, Higgins, Pittman. It is a lovely Sunday. So who's on the bench of those guys? Because I would probably start Metcalf over him. I guess at this point you can start Higgins over him. Pittman's tough. I could see the appeal of just kind of sitting Ibuka down this week. Yeah, it's a risk reward thing. I mean, he played through it last week, which is the one like saving grace because it happened in the second quarter. They showed him on the sideline getting his groin area wrapped, hamstring, whatever. McNichols is going to be the receiving back for Washington. Yeah, and Chris Rodriguez is going to get a decent amount of touches, man. So we don't know. The nice thing about the JCM start is you don't have Jaden Daniels. So I think that's a good thing because they're going to try to hide Marcus Mariota a bit and run the ball if they can. So it's about what I guess my thing is if you think Washington's going to win the game, if you are confident in them keeping the game close and possibly leading most of the game, JCM's a start. If you think there's a chance they lose by a touchdown or two, then you probably bench him. Flex Pollard, pick up Ibuka. Flex Pollard, Ricky P, or Ibuka. Dude, I think Ricky P or Pollard, honestly. I love Pollard this week, man. Pollard's has the most elite of the elite snap shares. Pull this up here. Where's it at? It's this one right here. Look at this this chart here, man. Just look at the colors, and we have Tony Pollard in that elite territory where there's no one else getting any work. He's getting all the work. So if we are a little higher on the Titans offense this week, and especially going forward, but this week, then Pollard's the play because Ricky P is going to have a lot of work, but Jennings is probably going to play. So if you're getting that usage from Pollard, and he's very likely to score a touchdown if they can actually put up some points, it's Pollard. And not to mention, I think he has a lot more passing upside than he's shown. Pollard could have 4 or 5 catches in this game. So I'm going Pollard, man. He probably should. Dallas and the Bears should be nuts, TB. I mean, I think both these teams, definitely the Cowboys, are looking like carnival teams where you're just getting mad fantasy production all the way around with their opponent, with their team. I mean, trust me, we all want to start Travion Henderson. Like that, when we have Travion, we want to start Travion. He's a fun player, right? He gets receptions. He's a big play merchant. But it's just tough to start him right now because we don't know what the snap share is. Now, here's the question with Travion. Is he going to continue to be punished for those 3 holding calls he had week 2, which that definitely carried over to the end of the game week 2 after that happened. Now, is that going to carry over to week 3, or are they going to give him a chance? And I guess the problem is, this is why I like his alt lines and putting like money on him, like 200 to 1 to lead today in rushing, and then his alternate like 80 yards, 100 yards, all that is. The risk with the odds is not there. Starting him in fantasy, a little different because we don't like starting players that are going to only play 30% of the snaps. that's the risk. So it's about kind of your matchup as well, and what's your risk tolerance there. Hey Logan, Buka or Hunter? Probably still Ibuka, because it's like you got to think about it. If Ibuka's limited, right, he's going to play 70% of the snaps. That's probably still more than the offensive snaps Hunter's going to play, depending on how it goes. The Hunter thing really sucks, man, because I talked about this earlier in the year too, and even though I didn't follow my own advice, that I thought it was going to be a weekly headache with Hunter, and we're never going to know. They're not going to reveal their game plan in terms of how much defense he's going to start playing week to week, how many snaps he's going to play at corner. And with their secondary banged up right now, like he played 39 snaps last week at corner. Like that's insane. And he still played fucking 40 snaps on offense. So we know the guy can do it. I just don't prefer it. Even if he's still playing 70% on offense, I don't want my guy just getting tired and getting dinged up out there on defense. So I think even with Ibuka being banged up, he's probably going to play more than Hunter. So I think I'm still going Ibuka. Hey, Poker Guts. How you doing? He makes one big play. Antonio Gibson, just a returner. Yeah, well, Gibson's still yeah, I got Bijan in a few like mini parlays with his. I did alt lines for Bijan. When I do like the small sprinkles, like $1 and like 4 or 5 guys, I do like what I do is I do the round robins. I put like 10 cents on it, and then it does all the round robins, ends up being like 10 or 12 bucks for all those bets. So I do like alt lines for all those guys. Anything drop on Roto World? Ooh, if Kappa's still in here, my buddy Kappa, he's going to love hearing a Keontae Turpin thing. Keontae Turpin plays a lot of snaps, and he's with the running back situation behind Javonte Williams. Keontae Turpin gets 8 or 10 running back snaps, it feels like. At least in this game, usually it's like at least 5, which those are high-value snaps, man. A carry or two, a couple swing passes. Not to mention you can take anything to the house. Oh, I look super tired. Damn. Oh, I am super tired. Those of you in here that aren't in the Discord, I put a link in here. I think the link's working. So if you guys want to join, it's in there. Yeah, I'm going to find a way to incorporate it. I can't go away from the actual which one is it? I can't go away from this one, man. What I could do is incorporate it in that one at the end or something, because I do like it's awesome, dude. Like the Patty shirt. How did you make that one? How did you make that? Was that already a clip you had? Like, I'm just curious. Yeah, nice Bill Cosby intro. How did you make that, Poker? Like, was that something you already had? But it's awesome, bro. I would like to see what you could do, incorporating some like clips from the show or something, because it's fucking great. Like I played it like 10 times in a row and laughed my ass off. Oh, damn. That's cool, man. Well, dude, again, anything like that, I'm gonna definitely incorporate it. I've been working on some of the other stuff, but definitely incorporate it. And then anything you can give me like that, dude, is awesome. Like I'm kind of Amish. Look at the hat. And I'm actually good at. I edit all the videos, like all the long form, but not that great at like creating stuff like that. Like that's super creative. But I would appreciate anything you could do, and I'm gonna put you on there as a reference point of who did this, because it's pretty awesome. So, like, that's super cool. I don't know if you guys ever listened to Chris Harris. He's the guy that used to be on ESPN, Harris Football. Kind of a clown. Really boring. He thinks he's funny, but they do a lot of like users, like his like listeners, like make like songs for like the intro, like for the intro for each guest. That's actually kind of funny, but I don't know. Harris is kind of terrible. I listen to him because he's a film guru, and I kind of like his opinion on that. But other than that, he's like so. Most of these guys love rookies. He's the opposite. Like he just punishes every rookie. Won't ever draft him. Like too much to each side is crazy. I'll take certain rookies, but like I'm not building an entire roster on rookies, and I'm also not avoiding all rookies. Babe, you want to give me one more cup of coffee, please?
Just a bunch of rookies.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Here. Thank you. All right. The bet of the day from Andre. You know what? I have my bets right here. I'll just put up. Now, some of these lines have changed. For me, it's Marvin Harrison. Unfortunately, that line went from 46 to 50. Probably going to have to say Trevor Lawrence, man, just because I love the Trevor Lawrence alt lines too. So you can ladder that all the way up to 50 plus. 50 plus, I think, is like plus 900, maybe like plus 1400. It's some crazy number. But in this matchup, 10.5 rushing yards. He's going to get that in the first quarter, guys. If he doesn't, don't come knocking on my door, but I think he's going to definitely get it by the end of the game. Lawrence that's a noon game there. I like all those, dude. All those bets. I wouldn't put them on there if I wasn't super high on them. In terms, like my top two are the top two listed there. What's up, Astro? Kraft looks safe. Did they release news on him playing yet? But I mean, it seems like he is. At this point, you have to play him. If he's active, even if he goes from his 92% of snap share he usually gets and it goes down to 70%, I'm still thinking Kraft's a top 10 tight end with that. Poker says my work league is 3 rookie running back. Well, which 3? Do you have Genty at least? Because the other ones are tough. But Mason's going to pair nicely with those guys now because you're going to get at least 4 weeks, probably 5 of him like being the no doubt bell cow. And then even when Aaron Jones comes back, I would be really scared if I was an Aaron Jones owner because he's not going to be playable when he comes back if Jordan Mason takes this job. Why T-Law not? Well, T-Law 10.5. I know he hasn't been running a lot at all in his career. 10.5 is too low for a guy like that. This is mostly a play against the Texans because the Texans have an elite defensive line and they tend to be really aggressive on the edges. And like, he's just gonna be running for his life back there, man. So like that, I just see a 37 T-Law, boom, 15-yard scramble. You get the bet. Like I see that. And I think there's a really decent chance that they are going to give him some design, maybe not designed runs, but something similar to that with T-Law. Because Liam Cohen's a progressive coach, dude. And Trevor Lawrence is pretty goddamn mobile, dude. Look at what Justin Herbert's been doing this year. When he wasn't running at all the last couple of years, mostly because he had foot injuries and shit. Justin Herbert's averaging 30. Like, I'm pretty sure coming out of college, at least I can tell you this much for sure. Trevor Lawrence had a reputation of more of a scrambler than Justin Herbert. And again, I always go back to that national championship game where Trevor Lawrence outrushed Justin Fields. He had like 100+ rushing yards. He had that 60-yard touchdown. Trevor Lawrence is capable of all these things. That's why I love the alt line. JCM, he has JCM, Trev, and a Marion. Well, JCM, it's funny. JCM's kind of lapped those other guys. Like RJ Harvey, I'd rather have JCM than RJ Harvey right now. Due to my league is starting Laporta over Kraft with him being questionable. Well, I would probably do that. Sam Laporta is like the unknown. He's like the forgotten dude this year. And I think that's a nice buy low situation because, yeah, 1 week their offense sucked, and the next week their offense boomed, and he's kind of been forgotten. But Sam Laporta is still 2 years removed from being the number 1 overall tight end. Now, I've never been a Laporta fan. I don't think he's very good, like compared to what his fantasy numbers were his rookie year. But he's still a pretty good real life tight end in a good situation. He's more of a like souped up Mark Andrews at this point, where he's not going to really get you a lot of catches and a lot of yards, but he's a touchdown dude. So you could do worse than having a tight end paired to Jared Goff. So, yeah. Oh, what is Baker's line though, Poker? It's got to be like 20 yards, right? Laporta was definitely a blessing because Laporta was going a little later in his rookie year than what Bowers was going last year. Now, Bowers broke fantasy. Like, his number one finish was even more points, but, like, Laporta was going later, so it was almost more of a boom. Are you starting Fannin over Schultz and Strange? I think that depends what you need, man. If you want safe, I mean, I think I probably am, though, in general. It looks like he's going to at least play over 60% of the snaps in every game. If Christian Kirk was not playing, I would play Schultz, but Kirk is playing, so I'm going to eliminate Schultz here. And then Strange, you have a similar situation with Fannin and Strange. I guess Strange would be safer. Fannin has more upside. Tough matchup against the Packers, but that's more of a tougher matchup for the wide receivers and running backs than I think the tight end. Blake, what is Bryce Young's? Yeah, 17.5 for Baker seems like a better bet than Trevor Lawrence's 10.5. I guess my worry is we saw Baker get hurt with his knee early. We saw him. I mean, he plays through it. He's going to play through it, but we saw Baker. Baker has some limitations right now with his knee. That's the only thing. The problem is for your argument's sake, Baker's a fucking badass. It doesn't give a fuck. He's going to play through that. He's going to be running. He doesn't care. Yeah, you know it, Cry. You know it. Hey, I heard Norm beat you at bowling last night, Cry. Got the inside scoop, bro, from Roto World. So, yeah, Baker 17.5. I like that. Blake says that it's 13.5 for Bryce Young. For me, I look at, I usually bet a lot of quarterback rushing props, and I have 6 bets this week, and only one of them is a quarterback. So, I don't know what it is, man. The Trevor Lawrence thing just spoke to me, and that was the one I bet. But I do like both of those. I just think Trevor Lawrence's number at 10.5 is just low, like lower than the others. And I think he has the same upside rushing. Yeah, it's 2 3rd and longs. Astro says Dubs or Olave. It's Olave for me. Dubs is awesome. He's safe. I like his spot, but like Golden might play more. I think Wicks might have a big game. If Kraft was out, I would maybe lean Dubs, but I'm an Olave guy. I get the matchup's tough in Seattle, but they're going to be throwing the ball. Olave has 23 targets in 2 weeks, folks. So, like, what do you think Olave's basement is for targets? 8, 9, 10? Give me the guy that gets double-digit targets. Big breakfast. How you doing, man? I could use a big breakfast. Speaking of that, babe, you going to make some breakfast? Get in the kitchen, bitch. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a sexist joke. JCM blow-up game today. He's going to 10 on the week. It should be. I mean, they're going to want to run the ball, right? Browns will have to throw a lot. We'll be behind it. Yeah, well, Browns are always going to throw a lot, especially as long as Joe Flacco is at the helm. Gentlemen, whoever's in here now, I lowered the thing for the free bet. I want to give away a free $10 bet. Now, there's only 14 people in here, so not going to get it from these people. But 30 subs, 30 likes in this video, even close to that. I'll get your information. You get a bet going here for the noon games on me. Do it 8-player parlay, whatever you want. If you want to throw it on the Travion Henderson, 200 to 1 to lead the NFL today in rushing, that's a great bet. 200 to 1, baby. We believe in Scatabo, man. I'm going to get to that in a second. Thanks, Sean. Falcons D or Bucks D? I want to say Bucks, but it's got to be the Falcons D. They look so great last week. Better matchup. I don't believe in Bryce Young. I think the Bucks D is so good against the run, which is why the appealing thing is the Jets are going to have to pass the ball with Tyrod Taylor. I lean Falcons, but I think they're both. I think the Falcons have more upside in this matchup for fantasy points, but I think the Bucks D is safer. You can't go wrong with either. I have Falcons D going in a lot, so I do believe in Scatabo. I had my buddy Chaz on the show, and we were talking about it 2 nights ago. He made a good point saying it's going to be a 50-50. That's what we both said, but he made the point of in this game, they're going to ride the hot hand. So they're going to probably give, I would guess they're probably going to give Tracy the first drive. which is probably going to be a 3 and out just based on what I believe about this Chiefs team this game. They're going to give Scatabo the second drive, and then whoever gets hot, whoever the hot hand is going to take the majority, as in 2/3 of the work. So it's a little bit of a risk with Scatabo, but there is some good upside. And if you don't have anything better, then I am definitely going Scatabo. Oh, I love Olave this year, this week. The only worry with him is the concussion thing, but any player can get hurt. So, hey Smurf, I need some flex help PPR. Hollywood versus Giants, Cup versus Saints. JCN is probably going to play. JSN, I said JCN. Also have Diggs and Hampton available, but Hollywood is a start for sure with Worthy out. I don't know about Cup, man. I'd say Diggs and Cup are close. I get the appeal of, JSN maybe being a little limited. I don't think if he's playing, he's not limited. So it's like there's a chance that Jackson Smith and Jigba does not play in this game. I don't think so. That sucks. It's a 3:00 game. I think you can go Diggs there if you want to be safe, just because I don't like Cooper Kupp. I think Cooper Kupp is donezo. Had a good week last week, but we got Cry Dog with a parlay here. Dak 275 yards, Lamb 100, Javonte TD, Adunze 60. I mean, he's buying into the shootout. If it happens, that's going to hit. That's 15-1 almost, plus 1475. Sorry, it took me a second to get to your question there, Smurf. I mean, who are your other options, Sean? We're talking about Scatabo. Like, who are you talking about starting Scatabo over? No problem, brother. You know what might be a really nice bet that Blake makes this comment here about Kamara? He's been, has like 2 catches a week. So he thinks 4 or 5 receptions on the year. I think take a look at Kamara's receiving line, whether it's yards or catches. I think that's a good one. TB, what's your projection for Justin Jefferson today? That's a player that's almost impossible to project right now with Carson Wentz making his first start, offensive line being bad. Man, I mean, you start in fantasy, you start him. I would probably not bet on him. If I was going to bet on him, I would throw some shackles on the alternate over. Like, bet on him having a big game, like plus 120 yards, 130 yards, something like that, to score 2 touchdowns, opposed to his receiving line, which I'm guessing is probably 71 yards. Kind of risky for me there. I'd rather just do a smaller bet on the alternate and hope he blows up, because that's always a possibility with one of the goated receivers in the NFL. Ooh, look at Blake with that deep dive. Seahawks giving the most receiving yards to running backs this year. There you go. I might have to throw some money on that one as I talked it out here, because that's why we do this show. We learn things while we do it. C. Gaddis, pick 2. Garrett Wilson, Pickens, Montgomery, ETN, Swift. What is the full PPR? He put it in there. Wow. See, I am slow this morning. That was a late stream last night, guys. Garrett Wilson and Pickens. Pickens for sure. And then probably it's either Wilson or ETN. It's full PPR. So Wilson or ETN, pick your poison. Pickens is in there for sure. I would say, man, ETN's probably the safest and upside, right? They're not. The only thing that scares me there is that Tootin is getting some snaps, and then LaQuint Allen is still playing almost every third down. So with what we've seen in the history of Travis Etienne's career, what if Tootin? God damn it! I'm sorry, I gotta get this bot out of here. What if Tootin pops off a little bit, starts has a good couple carries in the first quarter, and Etienne doesn't get the snap share. Right now we're playing Etienne based on his snap share, right? So I think maybe Pickens and Wilson, dude. But I'd hate to bench Etienne. The other guys, Montgomery and Swift, I'm not thinking about at all. So it's definitely Pickens for sure, and then it's your choice in the other ones. Seahawks defense versus running backs, 19 catches on 23 targets, 211 yards. That's over 100 yards per week. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Kamara's due to pop, man. All you can hope on is no touchdown for Kamara, and you'll be fine. Whew. Is anything dropped on news on Roto World or anything? I should probably check this out. Oh, well, they're still dropping Joe Burrow news. He's might return, could return, might return mid-December. Like, great fucking report, man. Thanks. JJ McCarthy coming back week 7, apparently. And there's a Mike McDaniel report, like he's not on the hot seat. Okay. Yeah, he's in the hot seat. Had Daniels and Fields both went down. Grabbed Darnold for this week. Yeah. Who are your other options, Gaddis? Because, I mean, I think I'd rather start Mac Jones than Darnold. Maybe I'm crazy there, but Mac Jones looks, I mean, that's a system, bro. And I like that matchup against the Cardinals. So that's my take. Hey, Timothy, what's going on? Happy football Sunday to you. How do you feel about Devonta or Olave? So Devonta Smith or Olave this week. I like them both. You're getting a buy, not a buy low, but like I think the Eagles, I know the matchup's not amazing, but they might have to put up some points this game against the Rams. So I'd probably lean Olave just because you know you're getting 10 targets from Olave and you don't know what you're getting from Devonta Smith. Smith's more likely to score a touchdown, those kind of things. But I like both of them this week. Pick up Stroud, dude. Peace, Cried. Thanks for the kind words, buddy. What a nice guy. Cry dog. I love that picture, too. Is that Jared? Is your picture Jared from Subway? I can't see. It might be Jared from Subway, dude. That's awesome. I think Jared from Subway's not awesome. Burn in hell, you fucking pederast. But that'd be cool if it was your picture. Yeah, Stroud's the play, man. That could be a sneaky shootout game. Stroud is so due. Stroud is so due for a big game, man. It's been like 8 weeks, 8 regular season weeks of just bad shit. And you get Christian Kirk back, so okay, so we got Dynasty T. Higgins owner. How worried should I be? Not that worried. It's Dynasty, man. Because like in redraft, probably a little bit more worried. It's only a 1-year sample. He's still young. He signed for a 3-year deal. So I'm not worried. If you want to move him after a big game, I wouldn't blame you. But I trust in Jake Browning. So I'm not too worried about him. I'm worried about him more than I am Jamar Chase and Chase Brown. But as a Dynasty owner, it's fine. Yeah, I think Tucker Kraft, that's what you're referring to, Blake. I'm guessing he's playing if we haven't had any news. T-Mac with Mariota, Scatabo, or Cup? It's T-Mac. It's T-Mac. His O-line is awful. It's been awful. And it was kind of, it wasn't as bad his rookie year, but it was still like below average from like PFF grade. It's really bad now. But the only thing is CJ Stroud's running more this year, if you noticed. So you're getting a little bit more of a floor this year with CJ Stroud than you had in the past with his feet. So I think CJ Stroud's the play there, man. Welcome back again, Sean. Appreciate seeing you in here again. A lot of repeat customers on this show. Well, you're not really customers yet, but you know what I mean. I'm grooming you to become customers. Not in the Jerry Sandusky grooming way. That's creepy. I'm just, that's a weird joke. Again, I was up way too late doing this stream last night. I slept like 4 hours. If I'm lucky, 4 hours. I'm still looking at bets at 4:45 in bed in my phone. That's a problem. But, Saturday night, dude. It's like Christmas morning every week. Every Sunday, it feels like Christmas when I was a kid. Especially when I have the bets. I'm going to put my bets up here for grooming. Grooming is crazy, man. It's pretty obvious, but a lot of times the parents and people don't fucking notice that shit. Morons. Here's the bets. If you guys didn't tune into the last couple shows or my betting show, again, every Friday night at 5 p.m. Central, roughly. That's when the show comes out if you want to get these before the lines move. Love Harrison, love Lawrence. A lot of these have moved up in total, but I still like them all 3 or 4 yards over what they are. So if you're just tuning in, if you want to check out those bets, I like them. I'll keep it up here for another minute. Yeah, Ibuka. I think we're going to get one more report about Ibuka before. Maybe we won't, but I'm not starting Njoku or Fannin over him. I would start Chris Olave over him, for instance, but I would not start Fannin or Njoku, a tight end in that tough matchup, over a player like Ibuka. And again, Ibuka's value right now has been coming from touchdowns anyway, so he's still likely to score a touchdown. Bless you. But I would probably still play Ibuka. He's more of a wide receiver 3 this week, but you know what? We see a lot of times these reports are nothing. And they're going to need him, man. They're going to need him. Godwin's not playing this week. It's not looked great for the Ibuka shares in terms of the stock with the news that Chris Godwin's coming back earlier than we expected. Everyone thought, I was thinking week 6. It's week 4, most likely. With the injury, with the passing, the receiving yards not really being great, but I still believe in it. Blake says Fannin's basically outperforming Njoku. Yes, he is. The snap share is similar. I would probably still play Njoku over Fannin this week and maybe the next couple of weeks. It's close, though. It's close. Speaking of grooming, I'm going to play this clip just because I love it.
This is bad. We got to definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about.
Oh, you're just tailing two? You got to tail them all, Caps. You got to catch them all, man, like Pokemon. Wow, Judkins still available in my league. I don't know if you saw the report, but like they just named Judkins as starting running back. Again, I'm still a little weary of a possible suspension, but at this point, Judkins looks like a smash. Now, this is a tough matchup this week against the Packers, but yeah, that's crazy he's available. Is it a 10-teamer? If it's a 12-teamer, that's silly. Cleveland's a competitive team, man. I know, like if you look at the box score and just the score of the Ravens and Browns game, you're like, they got blown out. Dude, that game was really close in the first half. The Ravens got a defensive touchdown, stuff like that. Like, Browns are tough, man. Their defense is legit, and Joe Flacco's a pro. Yeah, dude, crazy turn. Now, naming the starter is just kind of a generic thing, but it doesn't hurt his case. And they still like Samson. Like, they still like Samson there.
I want to talk to Samson. Climbing to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
Ford will still be playing a little bit, but yeah, it's a crazy turn from – that's a wild ride with Quinshon Judkins, dude. How early he was going in best balls in June to, like, being almost undrafted in best balls in July, and then being a 10th or 12th round pick in redraft. Now just wait. Now all we need is to finish it off, a suspension coming week 4, and he misses 4 games. That's all we need. Harrison or Olave. Also have Devonta Smith and Johnston. Marvin Harrison for sure. I would rank it Harrison, Olave, and then Devonta Smith, which sounds crazy because Devonta Smith is a dude. But Harrison for sure. I love Harrison this week. Yeah, their defense does play better at home. He's referring to the Browns. Timothy, that's a good question. He says, do I typically start players that have a higher floor or ceiling? Me, I'm a YOLO guy. It's usually ceiling. Usually ceiling. All depends, man, on the matchup too. But like, I try not to look at my opponent too much and just try to get the most upside. And if I could pair upside with a little bit of safety, it depends on what kind of quarterback I have. But yeah, I like to go ceiling. That's how I roll. Now, in a guillotine league, you want to go safe. Redraft, give me the aggressive dudes. So I guess a good example of that would be like a Chris Olave versus a Jameson Williams, right? Like Chris Olave is going to get you 6 catches for 60. Jameson Williams might only have 1 or 2 grabs, but he could have a 60-yard touchdown. And I think it also depends on format too. So a guy like Olave, I keep on talking about Olave, but in PPR, like that's a high floor play. Where if I get more into standard and half PPR, like Jameson Williams becomes, I want touchdown upside, big play upside. That's what's up. But in PPR, I would maybe lean a little bit more conservative. Just give me guys that get targets. Anyone can fall into the end zone at any point. Yeah, I mean, Judkins was drafted ahead of Samson, so Samson's still going to be playing the receiving work, right? He's still going to be playing third downs. Yeah, bro. Judkins is a nice stash, so yeah, Pickens is another example. Well, at least it's been an example of a boomer bust or like upside play. I still believe in Pickens being not a PPR guy, but a 4 to 5 catch player weekly. And week 1 didn't see that. Week 2, we didn't see it until the fourth quarter. But I'm still really high on Pickens. All right, fellas, I don't have very much time left. I got to go through my 25 lineups, my wife's lineups, maybe place a couple last-second bets, eat some breakfast, all those good things. So I'll answer a couple more questions. He likes Pickens on grass. As in, like, you're saying you like Pickens smoking weed, or you like Pickens playing outdoors? Or you could be playing outdoors while high. I mean, that's the God, who the hell was it? That's the Josh Gordon special. Josh Gordon special was just playing high. Hey, Josh Gordon's epic run was crazy. That dude was high the entire time, not even knowing a playbook, just coming out and fucking 230 yards receiving. What a monster Josh Gordon was. What a shame. I loved watching Josh Gordon play. What a knucklehead, man. Like, all right, in the chat, I got to vote for you. Bigger knucklehead, Martavis Bryant or Josh Gordon? We know the better talent was Josh Gordon. Remember that year? Remember that year that Martavis Bryant was like a 3rd-round pick in fantasy? How wild is that? Like, we got to learn our lessons from that because he was like a 3rd option on the Steelers. Like, why in the world were we drafting Martavis Bryant, who was known to have off-field issues, character issues? We got Josh Gordon. What was the question I even asked? Bigger knucklehead, Josh Gordon or Martavis Bryant? Better player is 100% Josh Gordon. That guy was a fucking monster, dude. 6'3", 210. It's crazy he did that with the Browns with, like, no polish. Ooh, Ray Rice. I can't say Ray Rice just because early in his career he was fine and it was one incident. No, it's a bad incident. Like, I'm not comparing smoking weed to, like, knocking out and dragging your girlfriend in an elevator. Crazy video, by the way. I was just talking about that with someone, how it was. That was, like, 100% like a professional, like, boxing match. Like, he just laid him out. Well, I think Antonio Brown takes the cake. Antonio Brown takes the cake. But you know what? Not to give him excuses. Antonio Brown got his brains beaten in for so many years from Vontaze Burfict in particular. So Antonio Brown, that's a lot of CTE mixed with already crazy. And that's not a good combo, right? That's like giving a crazy person PCP. Like, they're going to fucking freak out and probably punch your windshield. Yeah, at least he's aware. I could see him doing the CTE tour, you know, doing something like that, like a Charlie Sheen, like when he started touring about his craziness. People would go see. I'd probably go see Antonio Brown. Like, you never know what you're going to see. He might set himself on fire with gasoline to make an example of CTE. Yeah. Yeah, Blake, that's what's up. We got to make a whole bracket like March Madness of these guys. I was also thinking of another good one. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff like this in the offseason, as in, like, once the fantasy season, NFL season ends. I'm going to call it Open Bar is the segment. Like, kind of a bracket situation of, like, craziest, like in terms of murderers, and like O.J. Simpson, Aaron Hernandez, Ray Caruth, like guys like that. We rank like in just athletes in general. It could be Oscar Pistorius, not just NFL players, just like craziest dirt balls. Rank those guys because there's a lot of them. Ray Lewis, there it is. The guy no one talks about, Ray Lewis. Put Peyton Manning in there. Believe it or not, Peyton Manning sexually assaulted a woman in college. A female trainer, shoved his nutsack in her face. No one talks about that. He was the original Deshaun Watson, man, and Justin Tucker. But you know what? Peyton Manning is squeaky clean, so we can never say anything wrong about Peyton Manning. Doing the Manning cast. Oh man, that just whatever. I just get a little pissed because. Oh, look it up, Blake. It's documented. He's joked about it, bro. It was 1999 in Tennessee in college, and that was allowed. It was a young female trainer, like 22-year-old. Here's my thing. Barry Bonds, not in the Hall of Fame, right? Because of steroids, best baseball player ever. Peyton Manning is officially a steroid user. He got HGH sent to his house. His wife covered for him. That was for Peyton Manning coming off that neck injury. Peyton Manning, steroid user, cheater. Now, I don't care. I want my athletes on steroids, right? I want my rock stars on drugs. I want my athletes on steroids, but why are we not punishing Peyton Manning for being a steroid user and sexual assault, man? I don't know. That's more documented than the Deshaun Watson stuff. That's all like hearsay. Like I get that he paid a lot of money, but here's the point. He paid a lot of money. Those people might have just wanted money. We don't know this. I'm not defending Deshaun Watson, okay? Barry Bonds was the first ballot Hall of Famer before the steroids. He had 11 or 12 gold gloves. He had 500 stolen bases and 400 home runs before steroids. So Barry Bonds was definitely going to be a Hall of Famer either way. And yeah, Gaddis, steroid era did save baseball, and we just destroyed these guys. But here's the worst thing, is that Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell are in the Hall of Fame. Those dudes were so juiced out of their head their whole career that it's stupid because we're picking and choosing our players. And Kappa, please don't poop on Peyton. His wholesome image is what gets me through the days. Dude, I love Peyton Manning. I'm not trying to shit on Peyton Manning. I'm shitting on the system that we pick and choose who gets banned from these sports and not in the Hall of Fame. And Peyton Manning has 2 strikes against him. Let's be honest, 2 strikes. Most guys don't even get 1. They get 1, they're out. So great player for sure. But unfortunately, the Tennessee incident was bad and was overlooked. And then the steroid thing, man. Just putting things in perspective a little bit, Cass. Damn straight, Blake. Steroids can't put the bat in the ball. I hate that shit. And it's not even just that. If you want to say it does increase. It does. It helps you be more available, be stronger. It does kind of increase your hand-eye coordination and your quick twitch. But all the pitchers were on it too, right? Jason Grimsley was like a 38-year-old reliever that was tiny. Like all these guys are doing steroids. So I don't care. At this point, the whole era should just be tarnished. But I don't care. Those guys should be in the Hall of Fame. Era by era. That's how I judge all these sports. NBA, MLB, era versus era. And they were all on steroids. If anything, let's prop up the guys like Greg Maddux that probably didn't use steroids. And that's what I like. We called out Sanders for being shithead. We wouldn't have KFC. We called out Colonel Sanders for being a shithead. Yeah, good call. We don't want to not have KFC, right? Leave Peyton alone. Oh, God. Sammy Sosa is going like it's Michael Jackson level pigment. He has the same, it's vitiligo or whatever, the same pigment disease. But yeah, he's white and he's wacky. He's wacky. He was always wacky, though. Greater PR team, Peyton Manning or Jameis Winston? It's Peyton Manning for sure. The greatest PR team. I went to high school where the first KFC is. Oh, yeah? Is it still around, or did they move it, or is it still like kind of the same location and hopefully they like renovated the building? It's a museum. Do they still serve chicken is the question. Hey, those in here that have not joined the Discord, Gaddis, you're welcome to join it. Go to the description of this video. It's a free link chat that's going to be popping 24/7. Ask your questions. I have a couple of my My friends, Kappa, you should join the Discord as well. Just go to the description of this video and it'll say join Discord. So if you want to, why the hell not? It's going to be a good time. Rate the starters. Lamar, Metcalf, Hubbard, Jefferson, McConkey, Johnson, and Buka, Ravens defense, and Spencer Schrader. Ooh, the hot kicker. ASAC Schrader. That's what I'm going to call Spencer Schrader now. ASAC Schrader. I like that team. Gaddis, let me know if you join. Let me know that it works because I've had issues with that link. Some people say that doesn't work. So let me know before I log off if it works, if you do it. I like that, man. I'm going to give it a B. Lamar is just such a nice advantage. Oh, yeah. All right. I know that episode. Hell yeah. No shit. Corbin, Kentucky. Which part of Kentucky is that? Is that like Northwest Kentucky? Hell yeah, Caps. Caps, let me know if you join. Let me know if it works, that link I sent. I just put southeast. Okay, so that's like pretty far from me. All right, only got a couple minutes left, gentlemen. I'm going to put my bets up on here for this week, my gambling picks. For those that want to tail, some of these lines have changed, but again, 5-0 last week, 7-1 on the year for my prop bets. Actually, 7-0 my prop bets. The only bet I lost, I bet on the fucking Bengals week 1, -3.5 or -5.5. What bums? What fucking bums? Oh, thank you. Says, love the past few streams. Definitely join the Discord. Well, we're doing a lot of them in here. A lot of good stuff, dude. And the community's been great. All you guys have been, a lot of you have been staying for 3-hour streams from that's a compliment because you're hanging out with me for 3 fucking hours. A lot of times I'm answering the similar questions with different people hopping in here and asking me the same questions. So, I mean, I would think it might be a little maybe I'm not boring. Maybe it's me. I don't fucking know. I'm not going to question it, and I do appreciate it. And I'm just getting started, gentlemen. I am just getting started. This channel's been going 4 years. Shout out to my boy Kappa right here. This is the real guy right here. He is the inspiration and the reason this channel started. He was the squared to my Rob. The original show was called Rob Squared. Unfortunately, I'm the only Rob right now. Kappa's still a big part of the show, and he's going to be calling it eventually or zooming in eventually. So you'll see his handsome face. If you want to go back and watch some crazy shit, we have 400 plus podcasts on there. Go to some early shit if you want some crazy shit with me and Kappa. The production value wasn't the best, but the content was killer. The comedy was real. The vibe was real. One of my best friends, my best man, actually, Kappa, my best man at my wedding. So, yeah, that was some good times. That was a lot of beers, like a lot of beers, a lot of 2 a.m. recordings there. And I guess the thing is, we used to just hang out and talk sports for 5 hours straight. And we're like, why not just record this shit? Why not organize it a little bit and just record this shit? Because we do it anyway. So, and we never thought making money was a possibility. Who knows if it even is? It's growing a little bit. I appreciate all you guys. And let's make that a thing, right? You guys are getting on the ground floor of the new age of professional fanatics. So again, I do appreciate everyone that's been supportive and the kind words. So yeah, Kappa's in the house. What up? Sweet, it works. Thanks, Gaddis. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get on there as much as I can, and answer your questions. So like, if it's like a Tuesday at 3 p.m., I'm not on. I can help answer your questions as well as the couple hosts I have on here. Kappa, I got Story, I got Ben Bartelt. They're all in there. You can see that I have them as co-host. So my advice probably rings more true than them. No offense. I'm just kidding. Story's great. Ben's great. Chaz is great. Dave Brainer was great the other night. So nice cast of characters I have as a bench. My bench is getting really deep. And like I said, I'm going to try to get some of you guys on the show. We're going to figure out a way to make that happen in the future. Maybe one day a week, we just have a super fan episode where I just have 3 or 4 of you guys on here. Granny, no money yet. I'll be monetized here next week. We'll see how that goes. I'm only down about $2,000 on the channel since I started it, just based on equipment and all that stuff, not to mention the time. Fine, dude. I don't do this for money. At least I haven't done it for money. It'd be nice if I could, but that's not the end goal. I've made a lot of money on the channel just based on my knowledge growing of NFL and betting and all that shit, talking about it. Just obviously you're going to know more. And starting doing NFL stuff in June is super big for drafts. You know, like you're just so prepped and ready doing all those best ball drafts, so ready to just crush it when August and September rolls around. So again, anyone in here that's not in the Discord, if you want to join, I know a couple of you guys already did. It's in the links in the description. If you haven't subscribed, please do. You're not going to regret it. Get some notifications on when we go live, which is all the fucking time. Granny asks, what do I do after fantasy? I played fantasy basketball for a long time. My league was super competitive, super deep, 15 years. This is the first year I'm not going to do it. I hate that NBA direction. I still love the NBA, but the load management shit is crazy. My league kept on. I lost 2 guys a year in my league. It was just too much work to upkeep that. So I do bet on the NBA, but I'll do some NBA stuff once the NFL season's over. But until at least the fantasy season's over, it's going to be all fantasy football. In the off season, there's gonna be a lot of good stuff. Still a little bit of football talk, but a lot of stuff. We do a lot of movie stuff, just some general podcasts, and just some new stuff. What is this? I hate these fucking bots, man. Fucking robots. Thomas has a question here. Breece Hall or Jacoby Myers full PPR? Thanks, Gaddis. Man, that's tough. It seems obvious full PPR to go Jacoby Myers. I expect this to be a Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers game. I think there's a chance Thornton gets more involved. So I think I'm going to go Breece Hall, man. I just think Breece Hall is going to have 3 or 4 catches with Tyrod Taylor there, more checkdowns. It's still Breece Hall's job. Tough matchup, really tough matchup against the Bucs. Kalijah Cansey's out this game, though, for the Bucs and the D-line. Bucs have not blown anyone out. I think it's a closer game than we think. So, yeah, I think I'm going Breece Hall there, man. Go with the starting running back over a ancillary receiver. Ooh, Abuka and Kraft active. Look at Blake. Blake's my go-to man there. All right, cool. Juwan Jennings out? Is that for real? I got to switch that because I actually just put him in my lineup over Jerry Jeudy. So thank you for that one. I mean, I would have seen it, I think. I would like to hope. But, wow, that's a fucking shocker. Is that a fact? I don't see this. Oh, he will not play. Good call. All right, Jerry Jeudy, you're slotting in. All right, I got a question for you guys. Would you play Jerry Jeudy or Matthew Golden? I think I know what I'm leaning, but what do you guys think? Jeudy or Golden? It is half PPR, but you get a half point every first down. I don't know if that really changed it. So it makes it a little bit more closer to full PPR for a half PPR. Well, we got a Golden. Really? Golden over Jeudy? Because Judy's guaranteed to play a lot. I know the matchup's better, but I could also start Trey Benson. No, I have nothing else to start here. I could start Harold Fannin, but what do you guys think? Golden or Jeudy? Give me some other votes here. How many TDs will Javonte score today? 3 or 4? I think at least 1. Let's say 2. Let's say 2. I'm starting him everywhere I have him. That was one of my PPs. I don't know, man. It's just, I get that the upside for Golden, it's just like, it's hard because he had 0 catches last week, right? And like Wicks is playing. They're still playing some of their ancillary pieces. Tucker Kraft's playing. Now, if Tucker Kraft was out, I think I would go Reed. And I would go Golden. I do have Tucker Kraft starting. I think that's also one of my things, to have Tucker Kraft and Golden in a game with probably not a lot of pass volume. That's why I'm leaning Jeudy, and I fucking hate Jerry Jeudy. That's my only share of Jerry Jeudy that I have. It's a super deep 12-team league with multiple flexes. Yeah, Granny, I don't like risking the 0, right? Kraft is a beast, bro. Kraft is my brother. He is my father. He is my lover. He is my friend. We love Tucker Kraft in this channel. That's the guy I was highest on of anyone all year, and it looks great. It looks awesome. Here's what I think. This is what happens with me and Tucker Kraft.
Let me get up and I'll give you guys the full tour.
Oh, honey, careful. Your boner.
What do you want me to do? Cut it off?
Hey, we got Oceanic Man, our resident Ween expert and fan. Love you, brother. Love Ween. ETN or Jalen Warren full PPR? I probably ETN. Again, I was talking about this earlier on the stream. A little worried about ETN week to week, just based on Tootin is a couple big plays from not Wally pipping him, but earning more of a role. And my worry is LaQuint Allen is playing like almost every third down snap. So you're looking at a three-way mini committee there. I know ETN's still the leader, and he's had a lot of positive game scripts. What if it's not a positive game script, right? What if Tootin rips off a big play with Warren getting talked up by Aaron Rodgers? Like they said, Warren needs to see the field more. I want Warren on third downs more. I think I'm going to go Jaylen Warren, bro. It's probably not popular. I'm guessing all the rankings do not have it like that. If it was half PPR, I'd probably go ETN. Full PPR, Jaylen Warren he's coming off an 88-yard receiving game. I think I'm going to go Jaylen Warren. It's really close, Oceanic. It's really close. Trust your gut on that one. My thing is just with Rodgers talking him up, like, he's going to see the field more. And Caleb Johnson, I know he hasn't been a factor, but he is like out of the equation. So Kenneth Gainwell hasn't looked great. I got you, Thomas. One more. Dobbins or Marion. Dobbins. Hampton. Here we go. Here's what I think of Hampton. We call him the bouncer, baby.
You know what? I'm not going to take it easy because this talking dump of a bouncer is starting to get on my nerves. I'm going to have you fired, dickhole.
I'd say ETN has more upside, but the safer play for 12 to 14 points is going to be Jaylen Warren. Let's see. Phoenix. Should I drop Jaden Reed now that he's on IR and pick up Romeo Doubs? Well, can you just slot him into your IR spot, or is that filled? Because if you can do that, just do both of those things. Though, hey, there's one saving grace. Here's the one saving grace about Jaden Reed. He was planning on playing through that broken foot all year, which was not going to be good. That's a limited snap player, a specialist already with a broken foot. So his snap share was like 40%. Still effective with that, but with the broken collarbone, he got multiple surgeries. He got the double doozy, bro. He got the collarbone fixed and the foot fixed. So that's actually good for him long term because he's not going to be playing through that foot injury and he gets to rest it. Now, it's a long time to wait. It's probably 8 weeks. I would probably try to put Jaden Reed on IR and pick up Doubs. But I do prefer Doubs long term just because you're going to get the 8-week production. Hey, we got Spitz in here. What's up, Spitz? I'm about to log off here. I got to go through all my teams, but I'll do another 5 minutes or so with you guys. Let's see. Ibuka on a snap count. Play him over Pearsall. No. I mean, we just got news that Juwan Jennings is out, so Ricky Pearsall's a must play this week. So I'm definitely playing Ibuka over Ricky Pearsall. I might have been playing Pearsall over Ibuka even if Juwan Jennings wasn't out. Now, if there was no snap count for Ibuka, it's probably Ibuka, but you have the snap count, which is potential, but with the Ricky P being the only guy in town, it's Ricky P. Frosty Snowman, hey, dude, Danny Dimes or Browning? It's Danny Dimes. Browning has a hell matchup right now with Minnesota, so. Kappa says, any news on Mixon? If not, where is Chubb week to week in 0.5 PPR? No news on Mixon. I've been saying it since draft season that Mixon's not playing football this year. This is looking better, a better call each and every day. We don't hear anything about Mixon. Mixon isn't coming back till week 8 or week 9. Don't worry about Nick Chubb right now is Woody Marks. Woody Marks is going to start eating into that a little bit more. Woody Marks is more than a third down back. So I still have him ranked. I don't know. He's like between RB24 and RB26 weekly. In half PPR, maybe a little higher. Yeah, he's a playable guy. Spitz is 2-0 in my league, bro. Is that right? Yeah, I think you are. Congrats. You had a good team. I like my team as well, so I'll probably see you in the playoffs, dude. Well, I know I'll see you in the playoffs as long as you make the playoffs. Wink, wink. No IR spot in my league. I don't need anyone right now. I've got Evans, Jefferson, and Dunze. That's your call, man. If with bye weeks, though, so you have Evans with a week 9 bye, you have Jefferson with a week 6 bye, a Dunze with a week 5 bye. So I think you want dubs with the bye weeks you have for your receivers. I think you want dubs, Phoenix, because if you're gonna need a guy to play, like Jaden Reed's not gonna help you. And there's a chance you could pick up Jaden Reed after week 8. Oh, hear me out. Revenge game parlay. Mariota, Jonnu, Kirk, J.K. Dobbins. That one probably pays a fuckload, Blake. Brian Flores. Brian Flores, here we go. Shouldn't you be preparing for the game, Brian? Don't you have a game this afternoon? You're a hell of a coordinator, though. Hell of a coordinator. Jennings definitely won't get the money he was asking for. That sucks, man, that they gave him all the contract incentives, and he is kind of hurt. Chubby Wood. Minnesota, I'm on -3. Yeah, this is a must-win for Minnesota. And you got to think that the Bengals are 2-0 already. So I got you, bro. Quick question. Should I start Ridley or QJ? It's Ridley. It's Ridley. If it's a full PPR, it's Ridley for sure. If for some reason a standard league, I might lean QJ in standard just because the touchdown upside, but it's Ridley. I like halftime bets in the NFL. Yeah, dude, there's definitely some good odds there. No problem, Phoenix. All right, this is it for me. I gotta go through my lineups, have some breakfast and shit. So that's your actual name, huh, Flores? Hey, that's a good name too. I kind of like Brian's a solid name. Love Family Guy. That's a good name. I don't know why I even brought that up, but again, if you're just in here, you haven't subscribed, check it out. Get the notifications on. See movement. I'm going live every single fucking day. We're building this fucker. If you want to join the Discord, it's in the description, man. We're gonna have live this conversation, this group of guys in the chat going all day, every day. I'll be in there with some other co-hosts. So check that out if you want some other content, other conversations. Join the community. Some good ass people. No problem, Brian Flores. Good luck today coaching my dude. Again, I'm going to be on later tonight too after the primetime game, probably 11:30 with a guest. I don't know which guest is going to come on. Someone's going to come on and join me, talk about all this stuff that happened today, big news, stuff like that. We're going to have that going. So I'm going to play a clip to play you out, and then I'll see you later.
He has to see me. I made your Cajun chicken niblets.
No. You made my year. You have a gift. And a super dope hat. This is cool. All right, boys. Let's go!
Above subpar ball analysis takes. I'm kind of... I'll answer this last question. What does this say? Can someone help me with this chat? What does that mean? Protectorate, rushing yards. What does that mean? Anyone know what that means? Sorry, subpar. I do have to log off. I wish I could answer your question. Maybe I'm slow and tired from last night. I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's a typo. Thanks, Thomas. That's what I figured. I have no idea. Go Pack, go. Hey. Yeah, I'm fine with it because I have Tucker Craft. So you know what? Go Tucker Craft, go. Can we all agree on that one? All right, I'm out of here, guys. Stay positive. Love your life. Be nice to each other. And let's enjoy some football today.